Morning, my name is Jessica Felix. I'm from MIPA 6 and my absent number is 15. Today I'm going to talk about everything that I have learned on participles, models on perfect, and definition. So I'm going to start this video by talking about participles first. There are two forms of participles. The first one is participle adjectives and the second one is participle clauses. Participle adjectives is a verb that acts as an adjective. It is divided into two. The first one is the present participle, which gives an active meaning. For example, it is an amusing story. And the second one is past participles, which give a passive meaning. For example, the children were very amused by the story. Next, I'm going to talk about participle clauses. Participle clauses is a group of words which consists of participles, modifiers, and/or nouns, pronouns, or noun phrases that function as a direct object, an indirect object, or complements for the state expressed in the participle. It can also be divided into two. The first one is by changing the adjective clauses. For example, that girl who is sitting next to me is Mary. We can change it into the girl sitting next to me is Mary. For the second one is by changing the adverbial clauses. This is also divided into two. The first one is time relationship. Before I left for work, I ate my breakfast. Before leaving for work, I ate my breakfast. And the second one is cause and effect. Because Mary needed money to buy a book, she cashed her check. We can change it into needing money to buy a book, Mary cashed her check. We'll talk about models on perfect. The basic form for this is models plus have plus verb 3. I'm going to give you some of the examples of models and what they can be used for. The first one is can. It is for a present or future possibility. The second one is could. It is the ability to do something in the past, but in the end was not done. The third one is couldn't. It is certainly did not happen in the past. May or might. We use it to make a supposition in the past or past possibility. Must. It conveys a logical conclusion about a past fact. Shall. Almost exclusively used with I or we, which indicates prediction with emphasis. Should or ought to. The first one is expectation. The second one is unfulfilled obligation in the past, and the third one is advice. Now that I have finished talking about the examples, I'm going to talk about the usage and pattern of negative statements. The negative statements can be formed by putting not after the models, but you should note that not every positive statement can be turned into a negative statement. In some positive statements, when you turn them into a negative statement, you change the meaning of their models. Here are some changes. For example, could not. Could not expresses that one situation where something was impossible to be done. For example, the students couldn't have done their assignments on time, meaning the students couldn't finish it not because they don't want to, but because there's another activity that's stopping them from doing so. The second one is may not and might not. May not and might not express the lack of possibility and probability. In other words, it expresses doubt and uncertainty. And the third one is could not. Could not expresses disapproval of something that has been done in the past. We have arrived at our last part of the video, which is definition. Definition is a statement which describes a term, which can include a word, a phrase, or a set of symbols, but it can also describe other types of words. A definition attempts to describe a word by using other words. A good definition always tells the reader what is actually being defined. It presents a clear and precise definition, and it sometimes uses examples to make people further understand what the writer is talking about. Here are some rules to writing a good definition. The first one is the definition must have for essentials. It must not be obscure, it must not be too wide or too narrow, it must avoid circularity, and it mustn't be negative if it can be positive. The first type of definition is a sentence definition. The normal form is a, and then you fill the term, is a, and then you fill the class, then use the WH word or that and you write the definition. For example, a proprietor is a person who owns a business. Proprietor here is the term. It's a person is the class, and WH word that we use here is who. And own a business is the definition. The second type is an extended definition. An extended definition usually starts with a one-sentence definition and then becomes more complicated as new and additional information come in. For example, a sense of historical changes, examples, knowledge of an application, future possibilities, and etc.